So, I think this is day 7. Yeah. I'm wearing this comfy again. Um, it's kind of early, but my roommate's at work, and I have dinner with my dad tonight. um, so I don't. It's kind of crazy to me how different I am at the end of the week than I am at the start. I think it's hard for people who, if you go through depressive episodes, I feel like they're a lot longer, but I feel like when you live with depression, it's a lot shorter, I guess. Because, for one thing, I've done this before. I've gone through being sad a lot. I've gone through it before. But I haven't. And because of that, I've learned quicker ways to kind of pull myself up. And then I've also learned how to, learned ways to pull myself up, and I've learned ways to kind of tolerate being sad, I guess. I go from being sad to feeling kind of empty, I guess. Like, I have dinner with my dad, and I'm happy because he's gonna be happy, but like, it's just hard to explain. I feel like it's another thing that makes people kind of invalidate how I'm feeling, because they'll be like, well, you're fine. And it's like, I'm not really. I'm not in the mood to go over all of this again and how depressed I am. I'm just not interested in talking about it. Like, what's the point? What's the point of bringing up that I'm sad? What's the point of being like, I'm very heartbroken at the moment? Like, what's the point of bringing it up? Not gonna make anybody feel good. It's just gonna make people feel worse. I am playing The Sims again. Thank you. If I knew how to properly film my stuff on here, I would, but I don't know how to do screen captures. I'm not gonna DSP it and just film my TV. But, I mean, and then more stuff's popping off with my friend, and I'm very scared that I'm gonna get put on a chopping block, and it's very scary when you realize somebody you trusted you can't trust anymore, and they know all your secrets, they know everything, because that's essentially what's happened. Is somebody I thought I could trust knows all my secrets and can use that to hurt me if they want to. And that's scary. I trusted this person, and they shouldn't feel like they have any right to sharing my stuff. But I get the feeling if this person decides that we're not friends anymore, that's what's gonna happen. Which sucks. It's not even like I'm worried about, I mean, I am worried about myself getting hurt, because that's what's gonna happen, but I'm more, he could hurt other people with the stuff I've told him. Nothing like, I've never really, nothing, I hadn't, like, makes it sound like I've cheated on somebody. I haven't cheated on somebody. I haven't cheated on anybody. I never cheated on my ex. But he could tell people stuff that I'm not comfortable with them knowing, and stuff that I know is going to upset somebody. He could choose to do that. And it's scary, because I don't even, like, I shouldn't even have to worry about it, but it's come to my attention I don't really know who I thought my friend was. And that sucks. When you think that you know somebody and you think that they're your friend, and then you realize you were never my friend in the first place. Like, friends don't. Well, for one thing, friends don't treat each other this way, and second of all, friends don't put their other friends in really bad positions. Because that's essentially what's happened. Is I've been put in a really crappy position, along with my other friend. We've both been put in this really crappy position where it feels like we have to pick sides, and that's stupid. I'm sorry. It's stupid high school bullshit to say that, like, I'm fighting with this person, so you have to pick whose side you're gonna be on. Are you gonna be on my side, or are you gonna be on... I'm sorry. That's dumb, and it's childish, and I'm just not here for it. I'm too old to deal with pettiness. I'm not interested in it. I take wedding photos of my Sims. She lost her camera. Whatever. Use your cell phone. Did it crash? It crashed. Cool. Guess I'll play Inquisition. Because I'm gonna play Dragon Age Inquisition because, you know, getting my heart broken in real life wasn't bad enough. I have to get it also broken. In real life, I have to get it broken in a video game. And then, after I get my heart broken, I get to have my heart broken again because I know that Dragon Age 4 isn't going to come out for another 2 or 3 years still, and it's probably going to be a aunt like Anthem. I don't. I feel like it's not even that I'm not sad anymore. I'm just overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed with the people in my life just deciding that, like, and this happens, and I attract bad people to me. And that's... Like, I wish I knew why I attract bad people. I don't know if it's because I'm bad or if because there's something good about me that they think that they can just use. I don't know. I want ice cream. And I should go for a walk. I should get dressed and go to the store. Go to the corner store and pick up some Sprite and stuff and Coke. Like, I'm out of school this week. I want to do fun stuff. I want to spend time with my friends. And I'm working almost every day at 5. And I get paid on Thursday. But I'm working almost every single day this month. This week, I guess. I'm working 5 days. Normally I don't work 5 days because I have school, so I try to work it to about 3 to 4 days a week. More or less. But the good news is, on Friday? Friday, picked out my classes for the spring and summer terms, because I'm a sad idiot who goes to school all the time. But I managed to pick my classes, and I am now going to hopefully be done my degree by December, if everything goes according to plan. I mean, it's a bachelor's in psychology and there's no jobs, but it's the first step. And that's what matters. I gotta call a car place, see if I can get some driving lessons in. And I can feel the depression wrapping itself around me already and trying to pull me under. This feeling of I'm okay for now is just gonna get yanked. It's just gonna yank me underwater again, and I'm going to be back crying all the time, asking myself what's wrong with me. I hate having bad self-talk. And like, you can go through all the things that try to teach you not to talk so negatively about yourself. You can go through all that and they'll try and teach you it, but the truth is you have to do it yourself. Well, that doesn't sound so bad. It's you have to learn how to take care of yourself and how to not have your own negative self-talk, but it can be hard because when you read a story, what do you remember, the good parts or the bad parts? You remember bad things better than good things. My favorite movie is Oldboy. I can't name a few lines from it. Not the American Oldboy, the Korean Oldboy. That's my favorite movie of all time. And then maybe the Grand Budapest Hotel. And I can't really name any lines from the Oldboy, other than I can name some lines from Grand Budapest, but maybe it's the language. I'm sure if I did a study, I could find that is a thing. But like, I can barely name any lines from like Grand Budapest Hotel. I think the only one I can name is "Get your hands off my lobby boy." What was I talking about? But like, I can't name any. I can barely name any lines from those movies. But you know, the movies I don't like 50 Shades of Grey, where he says I'm 50 shades up. I don't say that word. I'm 50 shades effed up. I can't believe he says it in the movie. Or Twilight, where what's that thing that she says to him? No, I'm not thinking Twilight. I'm thinking it's a stupid movie with Mila Kunis. It's made by the Jodorowsky. No, that's I like his movies. The twins who did The Matrix. I can't remember, but there's a line in it where it's just like, I love dogs. Because he's trying to tell her that he's part dog, and so they can't be together because she's a human being, and that's a little bit like bestiality. And her response is, I love dogs. Or Suicide Squad with like the I love your perfume. What's that smell? The smell of death or something. Like, you remember the bad things, you don't remember good things. Because good things, I think, remember them as a whole. Bad things you can pick apart. And when you remember the good times in your life, you remember the whole of it. You don't remember the little things that you did that made it good. You remember the bad things, though, you can pick it apart. I passed my philosophy essay or philosophy midterm. I dyed my hair the other day because my life is spiraling out of control. God, I'm gross. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. This is, like I said the other day, depression gets really boring sometimes. Sometimes it's just hanging in there and trying to stay positive and trying to stay sane and get through your negative self-talk. And like I said, I'm not a young person. I couldn't do this in my teens. I couldn't. There's a reason I had multiple suicide attempts when I was a teenager. And the big thing too is I have to have something to distract myself from it. One of my massive suicide attempts, my biggest suicide attempt, was after I worked in a grocery store. Because when you're stocking shelves, you don't talk to anybody. You're just alone for about 3.5 hours. You get a few breaks. Or you're alone for 8 hours. You get like an hour break in between. But you're mostly alone. You talk to a few people, but and where I worked there was like you don't go and like hang out with your friends. And like it's a business. I can't fault them for that. But as somebody who has really bad negative self-talk, I couldn't work by myself for so long because eventually I just got to a point where I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing with my life? I'm just stocking shelves. I'm 18 years old. I should be doing more than this. Like, why isn't, like, other people are 18 and they're doing shit with their lives and I'm stuck here just doing the shelves. What the shit's wrong with me? And then it just spirals and down and down and down until I'm taking a handful of medication, just going, I'm done. I don't want to keep going. I always like to think of my life as like a book. And it's really hard to turn the page sometimes. Because I've lived 24 years, and that's not very many. I'm very young. But it feels like I'm going to turn the page and I know what's written on it. She tries her best. Her best is not good enough. She fails. And that's what it feels like on every other page. It's just me trying my best, failing. And that just feels like every single page. And you get to a point where you're just like, why do I want to keep reading this? Why do I want to keep reading this book? What's the point? I know what the next page is going to be. I know I want to just put the book down. But the truth is, what you're really doing when you kill yourself is you're jumping over all the book and you're just going to the end. And you're hoping the ending has some sort of resolution that you like. But I guess as somebody who reads the back of books often before I even read the book, because I like to see where it's going to end up, it's a bad habit of mine where I like to know where I'm going to end up before I go on a journey. If you decide to kill yourself, or in this case, skip over all those parts in the book, when you get to the end, if it's any good, you feel like you didn't earn it. And you're missing out on what? I can't promise the rest of the book's gonna be good. Because it might not be. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to people and say it gets better, because it doesn't. You get better, but it doesn't get better. I hate it when people say shit like it gets better, because you're lying to people. Because I was told my entire life it's gonna get better. Oh, you're gonna get in high school and you're gonna feel so much better. You're gonna have friends and you're gonna live your teenage life and it's gonna be great. Nope, that didn't happen. Oh, you're gonna get out of high school and you're gonna find yourself and you're gonna be happy and you're gonna really come into your own. Nope, didn't happen. You're going to get in your 20s and, you're going to start to really find yourself and you're going to be an adult. Hasn't happened. I'm 24. It hasn't gotten better. I've gotten better. I have spent years training and teaching myself and fighting to get to where I am now. And that is still crying a lot of the time and drinking wine while showering. Is that better? I mean, it's better than when I was a teenager trying to kill myself and self-harming, but I mean, I'm still falling into lots of, like I said, I was self-harming again for a bit there. We need to quit telling kids that it gets better. Because it's just not true. And for some people, it gets way worse. I have friends who they were depressed and they were in high school and then they eventually caved in and did drugs and it didn't get better for them. It has now, thank God. But not because it got better, but because they got better. It makes me mad. It makes me so mad whenever I see those Bell Let's Talk or people like Demi Lovato. Oh, I'm getting angry. People who have lots of money talking about how it gets better. I'm like, of course it got better for somebody like Demi Lovato or Selena Gomez or I don't know. Of course it gets better for people who have money. You know why? Because they have money to get the help that they need. And they're pretty, and yes, they hear a lot of awful things, but they also hear a lot of great things. And I'm sure it feels a lot better when you don't have to worry every day about if you're going to get to eat or not. And that is a fear I sometimes have. It's easy to become more depressed when you don't even know if you can take care of yourself. Because then you feel like something's wrong with you. And that's not to minimize other people's struggles, but I'm saying it's like how Michael J. Fox is the spokesman for Parkinson's. And, it's important to talk about Parkinson's, but he doesn't have to continue working. He can live comfortably for the rest of his life, whereas there's people out there. You can't be here. Please let go. Please let go. Hello. You're not allowed up here. Thank you. It's hard. It makes me mad, especially when it comes to depression, whenever there's people who are telling young people that it gets better and that it's, you're going to be better when they don't have to live the life as somebody who is struggling way more. It feels disingenuous and cruel and mean. So quit telling kids that it gets better. Tell kids that you get better. And it doesn't seem like you will right now, but you will. I promise you. If you can keep fighting, you'll eventually realize that all those punches you're throwing are actually leading to muscles. And one day, you're going to be strong enough to fight it. And it's still going to get a few hits in, but you're not going to go down as fast. And sometimes it's going to change up its style, and you're still going to get knocked flat on your ass, and it's going to hurt. And you're going to wonder how you're ever going to get up again. But you're going to keep fighting because you're going to keep developing muscles, and you're going to keep being stronger. And that's all, I guess. I went on a rant. I'm gonna try and play some Dragon Age Inquisition and not cry because The Sims 3 won't work, but thanks for watching to the few people who do. Hope you're feeling better.